claim that's bogus, that he's just doing it for...
Stop it.
Yeah.
Wow, because
Stop it.
Bonta's attorney was stopped from from suing him now or going after him, so it's definitely got to be fake, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that Chad called him out on the mudslinging. Before we go, I put the first thing I wrote down was cheerleader energy for Steve Hilton. Came out, yeah, spare finger.
Yeah. My buddy, he lives in Norco, and his backyard overlooks the river bottom, and you can see his backyard from the freeway. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get with Chad, and he's gonna give me a 4x8 to hang on his fence.
That'll be great. Right off the, you could see it from the freeway.
Reminder, the opinions given here are not intended to be specific to your investment strategy, but rather to gather general information to give you a better understanding of investing in precious metals. For answers to all your questions, call Reagan Gold Group at 888-351-8999. Again, 888-351-8999.
Steve Hilton exposes massive California fraud. Just in the nick of, what is the word we're looking for?
Bullshittery.
Nick of crime.
Well, this is not good. We don't have anything on the...
Nothing's up yet.
Just got a, where's the YouTube?
I had a feeling this was going to be a hinky thing.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Portions of the following are pre-recorded.
Find us at am870theanswer.com. Download our apps and stream us 24/7 or watch us at snc.tv.
That's a good song.
Just looking for some bumper music for the post, that's all. Glad you for it. That really is. Name their other hit.
Well, Jailbreak's a good song. Whiskey Jar is a good song, but they're not hits.
Okay, this right here. This one right here?
Yeah, the one pointing up. Yep, that one.
You need
More?
to point that at Jimmy.
Let me
There you go,
see.
he's zooming
Oh,
in.
gotcha.
So weird.
Yeah, now it's just crooked though. So you gotta straighten it out.
It's just the way I am.
The plate at the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's. There you go.
Good?
No, more.
More.
Yeah, like a whole foot.
Yeah, if you're trying to get my good side, I don't have one.
Turn it clockwise, a whole foot.
That's why we're on radio, Mark.
A face made for radio.
That's good.
Keep going clockwise. The camera needs to go clockwise more. There we go. Can you go more?
Yep.
Perfect. That's where I want it.
Sweet.
Who's that good looking
A
guy?
little bit. All right, is that good?
Bye.
Yep, that's good.
Bye.
Snowstorm.
That's us.
Which one are you on?
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook's up. I'm on that one. Okay, I'm out.
Take it back. Thanks.
Thank you.
Way to go.
The singer German officer cannot do. I would like a Will Smith bobblehead.
Yeah. He hit. It was his birthday, his bobblehead night. His daughters threw out the first pitch. Hit 2 home runs.
Are you kidding me?
Did,
Hit a 2-run.
yeah, he hit a
Two-run.
2-run homer.
That'll do.
To win the game. It wasn't a walk-off. He did it in the bottom of the 8th. And boy, do I like Diaz. Ooh, man.
What a closer.
Yeah, an actual closer. The Dodgers haven't seen one in several years.
Man.
He goes out there snorting fire.
Mm-hmm.
I was digging that.
Yeah, his entrance shakes the building.
Yeah, that. So we got everybody up.
I'm hold
Rumble
on.
is. I see Rumble is rumbling. I'm trying to figure out if it's running. I think it start.
Hot Cheeto in Rancho Cucamonga. Thank you. I know, he's here for like 4 seconds to now just turncoat run from Cesar Chavez, and he'll be back on the road, South Carolina, lickety-split.
Oh, that was on a week ago. We having fun yet?
Oh, we're going live.
Facebook's up. Oh, what looks like Gumble.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
from San Diego to San Francisco, from Los Angeles to Phoenix to Las Vegas.
Oh.
We are on the air.
And we are all over your internet. If you want to watch this show live, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Rumble. Leave your comment down below. We'll be looking through all of them. And make sure you're liking and subscribing. And if you're on YouTube, hit that little bell so you know every time we go live.
Well, and what do they find us under?
You're going to find us under either the Gunslinger Radio Show or Gunslinger Auctions. Just put in Gunslinger, look for our little symbol. It's a little inside of the barrel, kind of James Bondish, but you'll see Gunslinger Radio.
All right, there you go.
We are here, we are there, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're like the plague. Okay, and again, this is a live show. That
Live
means
show.
that we have a phone number. What is that number, Jimmy?
You want to call in at 866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
All right, so all three of us were at the IE
Patriot Summit.
Patriot Summit yesterday. We're going to cover a lot of that.
Man, we got notes.
Yeah, as we go. But let me tell you what's going on this week at Gunslingers.
Oh, come on.
So we're full up for May, and we're filling in quickly for September, which is going to be the 19th. And so next Saturday, I'm off to Riverside to pick up a 150 gun collection. Today, the missus and I went down to Mission Viejo and picked up a 35 gun collection with some very fine firearms, let me tell you.
Can you give us a teaser?
Well, yeah, there was a Colt Combat Cobra.
Okay.
First one I ever
know.
saw.
I was about to say, when's the last time you ever touched one?
I've seen the California Commando pythons
Right.
in the past, but I've never seen a Colt Commando. The hell did I just call it?
Combat.
Combat.
It's tough to slip one by
Combat
you.
Cobra, yeah. So this is a new one on me, and we got one. They had a couple of Lugers, including a artillery Luger.
That is, what's the difference between an artillery Luger and the conventional
A standard
short
one,
barrel?
yeah, standard one has, I think it's a 4-inch barrel. The artillery can go anywhere
Like 7.5 inch. They're,
up to about a foot.
and they have these great sights on them.
Oh yeah,
Which are hysterical. Graduated out to 900 meters or something.
yeah,
Which is pretty optimistic for a pistol.
and 9mm at that, and then of course it's got the little slit in the back so you can put a stock on
Shoulder
it.
stock.
Which unfortunately, if you do that in California, you've now become a felon. But that's another story too. But on Tuesday of this week, we picked up a collection.
And in that collection,
Have you ever? Okay, now the first batch of Winchester Model 12s were called the Winchester 1912.
right.
We have a 3-digit serial number.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is the
That's-
same look I had.
Right? That's the first day of production.
Just about.
Practically.
I mean, unbelievable. This thing, and it's in beautiful condition, and it's a 20 gauge. So, boy, I cannot wait to see what kind of happens with that.
Really quickly, for those who are unfamiliar with the Winchester Model 12, it was the first really successful, correctly put together and engineered
Yeah, 'cause-
pump-action shotgun.
Yeah, pump shotgun. Because they did have the 97, which is a great gun, as you and I know. But unfortunately, for those that were not really akin to the gun, let's say, they did call them the knuckle buster, thumb buster.
It is a dated. I can't prove this, but I know that every graduate of any engineering school that ever went to work for a shotgun company, after that gun, on the first day, they're walked into a room, shown an exploded view of the 87 parts of that shotgun, most of which are fitted into that little tiny wristwatch-sized receiver. So yeah, the Model 12 cleaned up a lot of those.
Yeah, got rid of a bunch of stuff that wasn't needed and so on.
Still a completely, perfectly viable gun.
3 digits.
Three digits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now everybody knows the HK91.
Right?
Okay, well, unfortunately, since Roberti Ruse, which was, I think, in '89, California has put a ban on that.
European main battle rifle.
Yeah, beautiful 308. If you ever saw the movie Heat, when they have the big shootout in the drive-in theater, Val Kilmer's using one. Okay.
Delayed roller blowback action for those of you engineering wonks.
And fantastic gun, unless you like to reload.
Yes.
It tends to turn you remember the old barber poles?
Every piece of brass that comes out of that exhaust port at 9,000 miles per hour.
And shoots about a mile and a quarter away from you, so you never find it. But when you do, you know it's yours because it now is zebra striped.
Looks like
and it's got that dent.
Yeah.
a piece of licorice out there for you, huh?
Yeah, so,
Cool gun.
Yeah, great gun. But, of course, can't have those.
Not in California.
But have you ever heard of the Model 41?
Do tell.
Do tell, go on.
It's pretty similar. It's a little bit shorter, and it comes in wood.
The wood stock one was what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So they made a few of those things with wood in an attempt to appeal to the sporter market. Mm-hmm. And you picked one up?
And we got one. It's dated 1966.
Get out.
I am not kidding. So pretty cool firearm.
Whoa! And this was just what you picked up today.
No, that we picked up earlier in the week with the Model 12. Boy, some of the other stuff. I mean,
This guy obviously had some good stuff.
Yeah, we picked up a gaggle of Lugers this week. I think we picked up 7 or 8.
My goodness.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have one, and that's one of those. You kind of have to have one.
You should have
It's
one.
on the checklist.
It is the most comfortable gun to hold and the least comfortable gun to shoot. It's got that toggle.
Remember what I said about the 1897? Every engineer's been walked into a room and said, "See that?"
Yeah, the Luger. It's a beautiful gun and it's very smooth, but you got to grab it by the ears and pull back, and then you let it go. And if you're not shooting a fairly stout 9mm. It just won't work.
They are bless their hearts jamomatics. And if you have one of the early ones, and I'm going to guess some of them are, they have the wooden furniture on the magazines. So they were putting cabinet makers together with metal workers and creating this beautiful turn of the century. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. And speaking of masterpieces, here's another one that we got. A baby Nambu.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now the last baby Nambu we got $8,500 for it.
You kind of want to put those things on a chain around your neck, don't you?
Yeah. The name baby really fits this thing, and this is in original holster.
Oh, the last time we had a baby and we had the whole family collection, I think. We
had baby, papa, and grandpa. Yeah. So that was a cool set of stuff. But so we've been busy this week, guys. September 19th.
These are going into September?
Yeah, these are going in September, and it's filling up. But we've got a friend who I haven't seen for a while because he's had some health issues, is coming in on Tuesday with a bunch, and his stuff is high. And I forgot to mention, you ready for this? A Winchester Model 21 Grade 4
That's top.
in 410.
I've never seen one. Never seen
I
one.
hadn't either until one came in on Friday.
And people are always talking about 410. You get something that good and that rare, you just perked up everyone's ears.
Yeah. Oh, let's get to Richard out of the airport. How are you, Richard?
Good evening, you solid gold gunslingers.
That's us. What's going on?
I want to talk about the shotguns that fired slugs.
Okay.
And first of all, how big is the slug?
Take a look at your thumb. Seriously, look at that. Everything down to the first knuckle. Imagine that about that size, all lead.
Yeah. Do you remember the old candy malted milk balls?
Yeah.
Make one gray, and there you go.
Boom.
It's a big old chunk of lead.
Yeah, they're
So that
large.
slug, would you say it's a 50 millimeter?
It's almost 12 gauge is almost 50 caliber. Yeah.
It's fairly
okay.
close. Now,
All right.
fairly, guys, for you internet
and
idiots.
what-
Fairly. Go ahead.
And what did they use to shoot. What did they shoot with? Those
Slugs are usually used for hunting. There's places where you can only use slug for, like, I think turkey and
Some places allow only slugs because they are a limited flight. It's such a big slug, and it has a limited flight.
Yeah,
So there's some places where they don't want overpenetration or bullets flying for 2 miles.
Yeah, or so they rather have a big old ball rolling across the ground for a long ways.
Right.
Anyway, Richard, give us your joke. We got to get going already.
Okay, well, Easter's coming up, and I had a problem last Easter. I was driving, and I thought I ran over the Easter bunny, but I was relieved to find I missed him by a hair.
Hey,
You're a funny guy, you know. Thanks, Richard. We'll talk to you next week.
God bless you.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And when we get back, we get the happy guy himself, Rick from the CRPA.
Sunshine
How's that, Rick?
Lollipops.
All right, we'll be right back.
Mr. Enigma has a question. Are we experiencing an ammo shortage in any of our stores at all?
No.
So, what is the word on the ammo shortage for y'all out there? Shelves are pretty bare out here, and prices have gone up about 5% in the past 2 weeks. And he's out in Texas now.
Okay, well, gas prices affect everything, so expect, stuff to go up because when
it costs more to get it to market.
I saw diesel for $7.99 this morning. Of course that's here in SoCal, but these guys move stuff around, and when you get uncontained gasoline prices, everything's going to go up. Hay went up $3 this week.
$3.
Again, all the things that you do to harvest it are powered by petroleum.
Yep.
All the things you do to bundle it, petroleum. Get it to market, petroleum.
Yeah, so
making war on the working man.
Baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band. Isn't that a great song?
Oh, gosh.
Yes, it is.
And you know what? That song goes out for a lovely lady named Janelle who stopped by our booth yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And said she didn't really care for our show, but she really liked the bumper music.
And you know what? We saw her at the last conference we were at too, and she's a great gal.
Yeah.
Thank
She
you
came
so much.
when Kathy and I were just sitting there at our booth. She came up and was really nice to me. So we appreciate
Nice
it. Thank
lady.
you so much. Yeah, very very much so.
Like so
All right,
many people.
Let's get to our friend Rick at the CRPA. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, Rick.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good, sir.
Good tonight, man.
Yeah, good. So this is a busy week. I'm exhausted. I'm so thankful that this next week the kids are on recess. Gives me a chance to catch my breath a little bit. But we had a very eventful Tuesday in the Capitol. So I'll start off in Assembly Public Safety, our self-defense bill, which I didn't think would get out. I told you guys I was concerned it might not because, it's about us being able to have self-defense
Crazy
and not
talk.
be sued for it. Yeah, crazy concept. It got out.
Oh,
We got it out.
wow.
Man,
Yeah.
oh man, are they feeling the midterm elections coming up?
I don't know, but unfortunately, the 3D printing blocking technology also made it out. But what was interesting was there were some medical individuals, some structural engineers, and others who came alongside with us. They're going to help us fight that bill because the same technology that would block firearms technology from 3D printers would also block structural engineering and medical
technology. Sure.
Yeah.
So that may mean the end of that bill, which would be great. And then over in Water Parks and Wildlife, on a unbelievable unanimous vote, the what's called Assembly Bill 1912, which would allow the last part of where you couldn't carry a CCW while hunting, which would be deer archery season, also made it out on a unanimous vote.
I was delighted to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Looks like it's going to go to public safety, and when we talk to the people on public safety, they look like they're going to clear it out on consent possibly, so that's very exciting.
That's awesome.
We also got some more monies and some more land opened up for hunting. And then over in the Senate, I was fighting for our kids' bill that would allow kids that have life-threatening illnesses to fish or hunt no matter what time of the year. It gives some really nice workarounds. And that made it out on a unanimous
Wow.
vote.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
Are you used to
Yeah.
this much winning, Rick?
No, I'm not.
Winning.
I kept joking that I need to start carrying a log around my neck so I can knock on wood. But no, it's very successul. We also had our annual board meeting this weekend, so that was good. Got to hear about some of the lawsuits, and right now, it's like I've been saying, everything is in the queue. We're waiting to see what the Supreme Court is going to do. And so the good news is they did not say no. So that's good news, but they're still reviewing. But they're reviewing about 12 different Second Amendment cases right now. So we're hoping that they're going to choose one of the days this week and just look at all of them at one time and then make a decision.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, and then we also have a local with the Ninth Circus. What happened there?
Well, that was quite interesting. We're not sure what's going to come of it, but it was a nice, long discussion on Rhodey and on the Rhodey case, which is dealing with the whole ammunition scheme. It looks, I mean, we don't know, but it looks like there's a good chance we're going to get a favorable en banc hearing, at which point the Attorney General and the Governor would have to decide to push for a super en banc, which I don't think they would do in an election year, kick it up to the Supreme Court, which is a little dangerous, or let that become the new law of the land. So, yeah.
And yeah, not for just for our land, because once that goes through, it sets
That's for the
precedent.
entire Ninth Circuit, so that's pretty much the Western United States.
Yep.
So-
Fantastic.
So we may be able to buy ammo again.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you might be able to have it, dare I say, delivered to the door.
Oh my.
The horror.
But I will make a prognostication, that is, if we get that victory, the moment everyone knows it's clear, there's going to be no ammo anywhere in the country available, because people are going to order stuff they don't even have firearms for just so they can say they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, it was brought to our attention that in some places ammo is going up. Have you heard anything about a shortage?
Yeah.
Or
It's not a shortage. This is very typical. We talked about this at the board meeting. There is a cycle to when America goes to war.
Yep.
Ammunition always gets sold. Firearms prices usually rise because people start to think of if.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the demand drives it, and if you're going to be shooting a billion rounds,
Yeah. Okay. And then, did you get the text I sent you?
I did, but I didn't have a chance to respond or do
Okay.
anything with it. My apologies.
Okay, well, yeah, my other store texted this to me. They've done something with the DROS system as far as private party transfers go. And it once again, no notification, no nothing.
no
Just
directives.
No, just
Drop it in your lap.
yeah, figure this out. And of course, it's in legalese, which is like reading, stereo instructions in Chinese. So you can't make heads or tails of it.
How
And-
about I do this? I make a promise that I will talk to Matt first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And then I'll get that information to you. I was honestly, between the Capitol, a board meeting, and Catalina, I'm worked.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not
You're
putting
good,
this
man.
on you. I'm just saying that roster of handguns certified for sale exemptions PC 32000, 32100.
You remember that one off the top of your head, don't you?
32110
Yeah.
continued. Yeah, pawn or consignment, return to owner, operation of law / immediate family transfer, attached documentation. New California residents do not include retired peace officers, firearms. Is what?
And why?
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, and
Oh, the why I can answer, Jimmy. The why I can answer.
Oh, yes, that's the
Give
easy
you a
one.
headache?
Yeah.
That's why.
They don't want you to have a gun. Say it.
Right, exactly.
okay.
No
well,
real reason.
And then anything on the zombie tax?
That tax bill.
No.
Okay. I tried to bring
You
that up
could probably
quietly.
ask me that every day from now till June, and I'm going to have to say no.
Nothing yet,
Probably going to be
nothing
till
yet.
June we hear anything.
It was
Well-
great to see representation of the CRPA at the Patriot Summit that we're at.
Yeah,
yesterday.
they
A
were-
nice couple of young
Yeah.
persons there.
It,
Yeah.
Actually, we generally see that same pair over
Same
at
crew.
the auction.
Yeah, they're great, and we can't thank them enough for everything that they do.
You bet. You bet.
Well,
Yeah,
they're sincere and motivated.
yeah. I had them put the table right next to ours. So
Good move.
And they had-
Thank y'all.
And they had great traffic. There was a lot of people that either already were or were very, very optimistic and positive about joining the CRPA. So hopefully a lot of people
That's
signed
very
up.
good.
So yeah, it was an interesting day.
It was a good day.
It's been an interesting month.
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
better. It's getting better, man.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler alert.
Here we
No, this is a good thing.
That's a good one.
Both Republican candidates were there and spoke, and they did a straw poll, and it was 67% to 32% for our friend Mr. Bianco.
Yep.
It wasn't close.
Good.
Yeah.
And the energy in the room was not close.
The energy in the room when he was on and talking and through his entire speech, and as he walked out, was incredible.
Yeah.
When the other person came on, it was flat as a pancake. There was-
Smattering of applause.
yeah, smatterings.
You
And-
mean people don't like the idea of bowing down from someone to prison? Wow.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what? Actually,
The No
Chad,
Kings group were in favor of him.
Chad did bring that up too. He's like, and once again, we are fighting.
Yeah, fighting the
He
British.
honestly, that was the best line of the
Yeah.
show. He says, "Yeah, 200 on our 250th anniversary, here we are once again fighting the British."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really killed it, and he went into the main room
Yeah.
where everybody was just kind of milling around and looking at all the stuff, and he was in there shaking hands and talking to people and answering questions.
Yep.
Amen.
The
That's
other
way it's supposed
person,
to be done.
yeah, the other person breezed
Couldn't have got out of
through
there faster.
for like 30 seconds and then bailed. And have you noticed the other person, who I won't call a slaphead because apparently that upsets people, but have you noticed he's trying to butch up by growing a beard now?
There's nothing he can do to achieve that goal.
I
There you
couldn't
go.
agree more. You know, once a lollipop, always a lollipop. You know.
Cheerleader energy.
Yeah.
What people need to look into, he's had several statements where he said, if you can't illegally have a beer, you shouldn't legally have a gun, which would imply not until you're at least 21.
Yep.
He said several, and they're on, you can go and find them, they're on record, several anti-Second Amendment statements.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He said some things yesterday that got me interested in looking more into it about his business ordeals and all that, and maybe we'll drop a little something on that.
Yeah, and just to clarify something for all your listeners, too, there are two things that come out from CRPA. There is what comes out from CRPA as an organization, which is a grading sheet, which is based on voting records, statements, which, because of some statements that we finally got proof of, his grade will be changed, but it's also based on a questionnaire that they answer. Mm-hmm. And then there is the endorsement that comes from the PAC. The organization can't endorse legally as a 501c3, but the PAC, because the PAC can endorse, and the PAC has endorsed Bianco. We have never endorsed his competitor or any of the competitors,
There
but a
you
couple
go.
of them have received grades.
Rick, if anybody wants to get a hold of you or donate their time, their money, or join, how do they get a hold of you?
CRPA.org, and God bless you guys.
Whoa.
Everything you do.
And if they want to listen to your show on Saturday afternoons, how do they do that?
They go to that cute little radio station, KTIE, out in the Inland Empire, and they can tune in at 1 o'clock.
There you go.
Happy Palm Sunday.
Rick, I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Take care. See you
Bye,
later.
Rick.
Bye-bye. All right. Hey, did I say he's Mr. Happy?
Yeah, look at all that.
I
Good
tell
news
you
all
what.
over the
I don't
place.
know this guy. We've known this. You know a guy for 5 freaking years,
Right?
And then all of a sudden, he's
yeah,
Mr. Happy.
He's Mr. Happy.
Walking on sunshine.
No more Rolaids.
No, those ulcers are healing themselves.
All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on.
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And when we get back, we'll talk more about the thing yesterday. The thing, whatever the hell that
Patriot
thing.
Summit.
The
Yeah.
thing I was at forever yesterday. Have I left yet? I'm not sure.
Still there.
And your phone calls. Give us a call. What's the number?
866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on.
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
question was asked. Let me see if I could find it. Was that HK41 Santa Fe marked?
I believe so.
Okay, there you go, Mr. Stig.
Yeah, I believe it was. We had to put a fin on it, and
Of
it
course.
came with a flash hider. But luckily for all of us, it was loose.
Ooh.
So you didn't have to carve
Easy
anything
enough.
off.
Yeah, we didn't have to. Yeah, didn't have to hurt anything.
So you're able to put a muzzle brake on it?
Right now, it's just open ended. But
That's such a bit of silliness.
I know.
Prep. Oh, jeez. All right, brother.
Oh boy. DJ from Orange about a firearm transfer. Didn't he call last week?
I think so.
Oh, there we go. Hey, little girl, nothing no more. Didn't do nothing that hadn't been done before. Yeah. If that doesn't just ring GarageBand, I don't know what does. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
I believe that was the Syndicate of Sound.
Sound.
Yeah, and that was a Vox. I'm telling you, that was
yeah.
some kind of Vox.
So jangly.
Yeah, with a Vox amp, because that British sound.
Or one of those delightful Standell amps.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Became that big tubular metal thing.
Man,
Man, there was some weird stuff back then.
Oh, Leslie's.
There was still some good stuff back then. The Leslie's are cool
Yeah, but they look like a grandfather clock.
until you have to carry them.
Yeah. Leslie is a speaker, and they were made for the Leslie organ. Yeah, it's like two horns that come out and they spin.
They literally spin, so you got the kind of the Doppler effect.
And they put them in beautiful
hardwood.
Yeah, walnut. And like I said, it was kind of like carrying your grandfather clock to a gig.
Yes.
Because you had this huge unit in the corner somewhere.
You ever play it like Madame Wong's downtown? So you'd have to go up that flight of steps with that thing. That and a Fender Rhodes 88 suitcase.
Oh, I had to carry a Fender Twin up that.
Wrong answer, man.
Yeah.
What does that thing weigh? I think it's like 96 pounds.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got wheels in case you drop a little bit.
That handle, the first time you pick one of those things up, that it's got a big, thick rubber handle. That handle yoring like it's rubber band.
Well, yeah, and then it snaps on you as you're halfway up those stairs.
Ooh.
Yep, had it all.
Durable.
Those wheels did not work on stairs. I think that's an important qualifier.
Well, no, but what I was meant by that is you get halfway up and then you drop it, and on the wheels it goes all the way down to the bottom, and then down the street and hits car.
Bye.
I don't know anything about NAM.
And then the guy, the mayhem guy, comes out from around the corners.
Right.
What kind of insurance?
Hey, welcome back to Gunslingers, where we're just making stuff up as we go. All right.
Telling two stories of the road. So, yesterday. Now, we're always open for calls, so please feel free to ask. And firearms. You had a firearm question, did you not?
Well, we got a couple.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get to first Mark from Woodland Hills. How are you, Mark?
Boy, does Rick rock or what?
I tell you,
Amen.
it's such a difference compared to the old.
It certainly
days.
is.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to start you off with a joke, non-joke.
Okay.
I had to go get some stamps the other day, and when I was in the post office, I don't know if you guys remember, they used to hang the FBI Most Wanted photos, and have you ever wondered why it ended?
Too many familiar faces.
Jeff doesn't take a good picture?
They realized there wasn't enough room for 535 congressional photos.
That's good.
Kind of thinking
That's
right
good.
along those lines, but yeah, okay.
Well, we have some good, encouraging gun news from Argentina. Our friend Javier Milei, president, a true friend of our president and all of America, signed a decree that broadened the gun rights, allowing citizens to purchase and possess a semi-automatic weapon for the first time in over 30 years, repealing the 1995 prohibition. Argentina has no constitutional provision protecting the right to bear arms, but sadly, their laws now are more permissive than some of our U.S. states and jurisdictions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just remember, without a constitution, they can change their mind and take it away. So it's nice to see that constitutional protection is good. This guy has turned around the Argentine economy in 4 years. Just in how much good he has done by conservative principles and values.
Well, you know why? He doesn't have to deal with Democrats.
Well, he's also a top-tier economist as well.
Yeah. He didn't mess around. He didn't go in there.
But he still doesn't have to deal with,
But we love Chad, and I like the way recently he's been publicly discussing the tax fraud our one-party state has facilitated.
Yep.
Which Governor Hairgel was part of it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is we know that he was the law and order sheriff for Riverside County. Enough. Chad needs to poach some of the voters, like the soccer moms, and show that he can be the CEO of California, not just another episode of Gunsmoke, okay? Yeah. We need him to massage the issues that resonate with women and steal them away from Hilton.
That's good, smart politics.
The strongman image is problematic with women. It just is, But if you're
California women.
Yes, exactly. Far left of center. But, if he can show that he's the protector, that's a big plus, and it's believable. And I could tell you, he could say that, look, find the issues that resonate with them, like the backlog of rape kits. For years, women have to wait for these rape kits, if ever, to be used against their attacker. Yeah. This shows the soft touch. Also, he needs, my humble opinion, he needs force multipliers like phone banking, which is extremely cost-effective. I wish you guys could get Hilton on and explain his positions on Second Amendment.
We couldn't even say hello to him yesterday.
This guy tap dances better than Fred Astaire, especially when it comes to issues like that.
Well, yeah, and his whole entire speech was nothing but name dropping to the point. Jimmy, what did you say?
I said he better watch out his toes. He was dropping so many dang names.
You can't name a politician in the last 5 years that he didn't throw out.
Oh yeah, and
his good friend.
It was good friends.
I'm not going to badmouth the guy, but
Yeah, I mean, Charlie
Bianco's
Kirk was
athletic.
his good friend. The Nick Shirley guy, who actually you can see Chad Bianco on video with him going.
Day one with him doing the audits and all that. So
Well, you know, one of the polls showed him 1 point ahead of Chad, and then he jumps into, "Hey, Chad, drop out so that we can, combine our forces against, the evil Democrats."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, there is some logic to that, but 1 point, give me a break. Fight it out, boys.
Yeah.
Especially this far before June.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, anyway, I just thought I'd drop that on you guys.
Good observations.
absolutely.
All right.
And thank God we got Rick. Oh my God, he's a crusader.
Well,
he's
Rick-
a crusader.
And the whole CRPA.
Yeah, he's the spear point of the
Yeah.
CRPA in Sacramento.
Okay, Mark.
Yes,
thanks.
sir.
We'll talk
All
to you
right,
later.
guys. Take care.
Bye bye.
Cheers.
God bless you.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, let's
He's
jump.
cheery.
Yeah, let's jump over to DJ in Orange. DJ, what can we do for you?
Evening, DJ.
Thank you, sir. My daughter has a off-roster little 9mm pistol. I think it's a Gen 6 or Gen 5. If it has high-capacity magazines, is that normal? Should she take them out? We can transfer the firearm, but if it has high-capacity magazines, do the FFLs take them?
No, she cannot send those in. So because you're not a police officer, correct?
Right.
So therefore, you can't have those. Yeah. So therefore, you cannot have those. What model is it? Glock what?
Gen 43.
A Glock 43. You can get Glock 43 mags.
10-round mags.
Yeah, you can order because the 43 is a straight wall anyway. So you can get an 8-round, a standard mag for that. So
10 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell her
Keep the mags.
Keep the mags. Send the gun,
mags.
and you'll be fine.
Keep everyone on the up
Okay,
and up.
so she can just keep the new ones that are there with the over 10. She can just send it empty, right?
Correct. Uh-huh.
There'll be no problem.
Okay, that's it. Because the FFLs are telling me if she happens to mail it, they take the extended round magazines and the transfer is no problem, even though it's not a Gen 3, 5, 6, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all correct information.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let them grab them up. You just tell
make sure
her,
they stay in the family.
Yeah. Tell her to just keep them. And if anything ever changes over there, you can have these extra mags.
And there's some likelihood that it will change because of the tireless efforts of the CRPA.
Yeah. All righty.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll give you a quick joke. What did the mommy bullet say to the daddy bullet? We're going to have a BB.
Congratulations. Didn't see it coming.
Someone's been reading Richard's book.
I guess so. DJ, thanks for the
One myself.
Thanks, DJ.
Take care.
God bless.
Thanks,
you.
DJ.
Bye-bye.
So
We're gonna have a bullet.
But just back on Mark, our caller Mark's point about Chad hitting up some of the other issues that may find different demographics. One thing he did say that I heard a lot of mothers. I could tell that there were mothers because it was about the children. Is that no vaccinations to have your children in school? I know that my sister is one of those gals that didn't want to vaccinate, had to go through all the leaps and bounds over there. So that's one thing that I think he's understanding that he needs to hit more people. Maybe he's speaking to a specific crowd yesterday, but there are issues.
And it's still early. I mean, he hasn't started running commercials. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this Tom, whatever the heck.
Tom Steyer. He's a Democrat. He is a billionaire. Now he's an eco-freako. He really, really is. He wants all electric cars by 2030, and whatever you're paying for gas, you should be paying more because you need to get out of your car and drive the electric cars that work so well in the summertime here in Southern California, and charge at all the charge stations. So you can drive up to San Francisco and back in one afternoon. Anyway, all of that said, the guy is an elderly, white billionaire, which is exactly what the party of no kings wants to be leading the state. Anyway, so he's got money and he's throwing at it now.
He's been on the attack. I saw.
Well, and he's going nowhere.
No.
So,
well, he's at 10%, but that has as much to do with the fact that the other two choices the Democrats have thrown out. You've got Katie Porter, who is an unpleasant
potato
candidate,
thrower,
and they. Do people forget the internet is forever? They have her on tape browbeating her staffers. I mean, calling them names that you would not call a dog. Hint, hint, nudge. Anyway, so So she has flatlined, and so the Democrats, desperate for a viable candidate, ran Eric Swalwell. Now, I cannot say this enough. He may or may not be a citizen of California, but this is the guy who, while he was on the Armed Services Committee for the House of Representatives, was sleeping with a known Chinese spy.
Wow. Entangled much?
That's lovely.
And that's who they're running for governor of California. So I don't understand why they're mired at like 10% each.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Meanwhile, our guys are pushing 20%.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's it.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going for a break.
Yes, we are.
You're quick number.
Oh, guys, 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
Protesters there when you were leaving? Yeah,
There was
a skein of protesters.
Out on the corner, there was like 8 or 10 of them.
Yeah, there was even less by the time I got out there. And it was just like the smile beaming from my face that was from the laughter. Just
Still
watching.
wearing your lanyard?
Oh, my goodness. And it was just like you could see these are the cream of the crop individuals.
Oh, yeah.
Like DNA wasn't pleasant to them. And it's just like these are the people that are representing the backing, the stand your ground. I'm like, these are some of the weakest individuals I've seen my entire life, and it makes me feel bad that that's the people that think everyone else is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, morons.
I hope all the Dems stay in the governor race and split their vote. Let's get Bianco and Hilton as top. Yeah,
Absolutely. Oh, the Democrats. I love the fact that the Democrats have gone to the sub 10%ers and told them to get out of the race, all of whom are minorities.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sand and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere beyond the sea. She's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. Welcome back, everybody. We ain't sailing, woo, but we're shooting.
Heck yeah, we're back, baby.
Welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And again, this is a live show.
Live show.
That means that we got a phone. What is that number, Jimmy?
Call in now, 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so what did you guys take away from yesterday?
I took away that the biggest thing, I think, because I think we're all there for the main course of both of our candidates running and all that, and how they were going to be able to present themselves. Other than that, it's good to see what they did on. They started off on the educational platform with PragerU, Jill from PragerU, Miss Sonia Shaw was out there running for superintendent of California.
For those of you that think this is boring stuff, one of the problems that we have in especially California is that the left side of the fence has had their hands in education for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And these are the ones who are preaching to your children 8 hours a day for 12 years.
Well, and again, you know, this is not a political show, so I don't want to get too deep into this. But I tell you, what I took away from it was just disgust and depression. Everything is being funded by us.
That's one of the biggest
They're using
points.
your own money against it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, you know, the old saying about a democracy is lost once a politician realizes he can buy the people with their own money. Well, that is in spades here in California. And if we don't do something about it, guys, if you don't get off your butts and vote, then just expect what we got
more of the same
and worse.
Well, one of the biggest things that was getting thrown around was the fraud about where our money's going. And then what they did and how much they hide it. Like they were talking about the education, about how much they're hiding them sending the teachers away for training and the different numbers that they want.
13% of all that money is going to the classroom.
13%, folks.
Out of every dollar that you're spending, and you're spending a lot, what they said, what was it, $28,000 per student?
Yes.
13% of that's going to the classroom. The rest is going to bloated administration
and buying votes and faking votes and
just exactly,
it
which
goes
is why
on and on.
mundane stuff like education, all these elections, you keep saying you got to get off your tail and vote. And you got to vote for all of this stuff. You have to vote for good mayors, good city councilmen, good members of Assembly and Senate members, members of the Board of Education. Otherwise, they raise another generation of people that stand out on street corners with handwritten signs
and foghorns, bullhorns,
and
bull
drums,
something,
and snare drums.
Yeah, oh man, yeah.
But hey, can I throw two things out? I want to say this: there were two people that got vigorous standing ovations walking on and walking off. One we expect, the sage, that is Larry Elder, who's a great personality and honestly should have won the race for governor. And he even poked fun at them because they said, what did he say on his roundhouse? Round table. He's talking about the fact that we're all white up here.
Yes.
Because the Democrats slurred him by calling him
the blackface
of white supremacy in California, which is hysterical because they know his struggle.
Yeah.
The other standing ovation, getting on and getting off, was in fact for Chad Bianco, who came up and did a thing that was not just an attack on his enemies and was not just an exercise in name dropping. He actually laid out a platform. And I'll let you go to his website and find it, but it was nice to hear an articulate
He talked about what he's going to do as opposed to the other person who talked about other things, and it just came off as insincere to me.
Absolutely.
We had this discussion a couple months ago. We went to another one of these events, and that was the campaigns were not as far along as they are now. They were not as polished as they are now, but it was the same thing. And again, Bianco. Don't know the man other than shaking his hand a couple times, very affable fellow who's actually done something. One of the points that he made was, if you're looking for, he's held a job, and he's balanced a $1.4 billion budget, and he said, look me up. He says, I've never been in the red. I've only been in the black.
Yep.
So lots of good there. Let's get to Todd in Long Beach. Todd, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening, Todd.
Hey, thank you, fellas, so much for your show and taking my call again.
Thanks, Todd.
I do appreciate all your groundwork that you guys are doing. I think it's time that we start teaming up with outlying groups like Public Lands for the People, which is a mining group, AMNRA, which is another mining group, very large mining groups, Gold Prospectors Association of America, GPAA, Lost Dutchman's Mining Association, all which are many two-way carriers, because we're all out in the field doing what? We're gold mining. And we're also hunters, and we also carry because of bipedal creatures coming upon our mining locations and wanting to ask too many questions. So we have a stake in this, and it's a big one, okay? And I think that there's other groups besides this. Think about the fishermen. Think about all the other groups that, are sequestered away because they can't use their Second Amendment right, which is to go hunting. And instead of going through all this process, which is anti-Second Amendment and should never even be there. I don't see any of that in the Constitution under the Second Amendment, that any of these things have precedent to even be as a regulation or anything else to be there. And I hope that Mr. Bianco sees that, okay, and I hope that he reaches out to that Coletta lady that's running against him. He really needs to reach out to her and make her his controller, which means she's going to go after all the books. Now, I don't know if you guys ever heard of a CAFR, or California Accounting Financial something records. What it is each department, each city has one, and it's an accounting of where all their money is, literally where it goes, okay? Now, we need to do that on every city, on every candidate, because as far as I've seen, I haven't seen nothing but corruption from rhinos and Democrats, just like we're still complaining about the uniparty thing. And thank God we have a fresher breath air out there in Riverside County with this sheriff running, who brings a little bit of sanity and common law speak talk to everybody, so that we can start bringing things about. And it's more than just the 2A group. I really think there needs to be ambassadorship and reach out to the other groups, because we're interested in this as well. I'm monitoring this quite heavily, and I think that we need to stop this insanity of cover-up on where the money is. We know where the money is.
Yeah, it's lining the pockets of the left.
Insanity stops.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, Todd, in the about 15, 20 minutes that Chad Bianco talked yesterday, he never brought up the Second Amendment issues whatsoever or at all.
Nope.
And so, he is reaching out. In fact, one of the things that really struck me was he says, I'm not running for Republicans. I'm not running for Democrats. I'm running for Californians.
Yeah.
And
which is a republic.
Yeah. But regardless, what he's saying is he's out there for everybody to make things better for all of us.
Yeah.
So,
well, that would hope to God that he would work hand in hand with the BLM and opening up the dredging back up for us gold miners. I mean, this is a big thing, and it's been going on for about 25 years with us and the gold mining and stuff that we do. Some of us were making a living at dredging, and believe it or not, that literally cleans up the rivers, and it's been proven. And it's been hidden and covered up, just like everything else that you guys talk about that we're trying to bring forth to everybody. And you guys bring the sanity. I'm serious, because you look around us. Look who's in office. That's pure outright insanity to see a governor go out, eat $16,000 meals, drink $5,000 bottles of wine, and then tell you can't go out and eat, put a mask on your face, go inject your children with garbage, and then we're supposed to be believing this stuff.
Did you see where he's calling us gunslingers now, by the way?
Where we got that terminology from? Side note, Todd, you'll be pleased with what the CRPA has been doing.
And I appreciate all you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
And it's giving people thought process and empowering us to think outside the box.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Todd. Thank you.
God bless you, Todd. Yeah, it's just that we're changing the narrative here, and that's what
we're
have
trying.
To do. Yeah,
and we're here to plug my gun shops. All this other stuff just kind of came along, but I try and keep it less political because, again,
it makes people glass over.
Yeah, and there's guys like Sean Hannity and the late great Rush Limbaugh that we're just professional at it, and I'm not. You want to talk about guns? I can hold my own. But as far as politics, I'm not a scholar in it. I just know what I feel.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There. So I just know what I feel, and we
find ourselves in the thick of it at times. So
if they would leave us alone, it would be a lot easier for us to leave.
Firearms only have two natural enemies: rust and the government.
Yes, sir.
That's a very true story.
Right.
All right. What are we going? All right, guys. In our second packed hour, more phone calls. What's that number?
866-870-5752.
And who?
That number is 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
Thank you, Leon. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
That was an hour?
Yes, please.
Okay. That was an hour? We've done an hour?
Power pack hour. Thank you, senor.
You have enough or take it?
Yeah. Yeah, I drink any more of this tea, I'm going to be peeing all night. Ooh.
CEOs
Oh yeah, I have an ice machine at my house, big old refrigerator or restaurant size, but it doesn't put out this kind of. I love this kind of ice. Well,
you can chew on it, right?
yeah, because chewing ice is like the worst
your teeth,
thing
right?
on your teeth. Yeah,
Like that one.
it's really bad. Yeah, but this stuff is fairly soft. So.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family and career, or just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here to help. Created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, and clearer thinking. It's the natural way to help your brain with daily nutrients and needs for memory, attention, and even fiber. Call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4-RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more. Look, I was a little bit skeptical. I started taking Think Factor. After a few weeks, wow, my memory, my focus, my concentration.
Is Facebook acting up on you?
It was working a moment ago. Let me see if we're still here. It's kicked me off twice, but let's see.
Call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4-RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more. And go to Think Factor. This bottle is just $19.95.
Portions of the following are pre-recorded.
AM 870, The Answer. Find us at am870theanswer.com. Download our apps and stream us 24/7 or watch us at snc.com. With SRN News, I'm Jason Walker. So far, nothing
We hot?
has come from the talks of mediators. The air firstborn and born in Iran.
Pakistan says top diplomats from Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt are participating in talks in Islamabad. Pakistan's Prime Minister says he and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian have held extensive discussions on regional hostilities. The talks in Pakistan come days after the U.S. offered Iran a 15-point action list as a framework for a possible peace deal. Egypt says the meetings are aimed at opening a direct dialogue
Here you go. We're back live. Okay. I'm going to top up. Anyone need anything?
I am good. Man,
We only got a minute, so.
Steve Moore, the economist.
Yes.
Man, that guy was on fire.
That cat is good.
Man, that was cool.
He's one of the two other brides.
The Marine guy I liked. I can't remember his name. Serpa?
Oh, Serpa, yeah.
Serpa.
Serpa Gold and all that. That's the same guy. It's
Okay.
just,
Yeah,
where does I have it? Right. Eric Early,
Eric Early was good. He's
David
always good.
Serpa, Don
the
White.
gal that was
Serpa was great.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The gal that was saying that she's running for something. I think she was the first batch that came up, blonde, and she said, that they uncovered something, and then they were going to turn it right over to DOJ. Well, what the fuck good is that going to do?
Especially if Chad eliminates him.
Well, the DOJ, Rob Bonta. Oh yeah, he's going to do something.
Yeah.
Right.
What's he going to do? He's going to sue her.
Yeah, right. He's gonna stick the dogs on her. Yeah, that was.
That kind of confused me. But
Alex Marlowe really impressed me too. He's the editor from Breitbart who has become the
yeah, you know what? I felt bad for him because, as you well know, it sucks playing over people eating.
I know.
It's just, hey, shut up! I'm eating.
He
here.
closed out the night with Larry Elder and Chris
Yep.
DeGaulle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had the last panel, but
good.
they had to rush through them as well because they were running over time. But it was good. Yeah, Alex Marlowe. Yeah, he was real good.
He was real strong. What really impressed me was Leticia Castillo.
Yeah.
She won her race in your 58th district, your area. She won it with a $76,000 budget. She won that race again. And by the way, the Democrats spent $1.5 million against her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, she said she wasn't going to use the same people that run campaigns and all that.
All the campaign experts who cost money. She said, "You guys haven't won here in 18 years. Am I going to hire you guys?"
So she ran it all herself. Yeah, she was fantastic.
And that's a big important thing. We talk about how important money is, but you know what they do with that money? They spend that money to try and influence people to vote for them. So at the end of the day, all that money is spent to influence you. And if you have somebody who's got a good message and gets out and beats the bushes, and apparently she did, you can beat even big money.
Heck yeah. Stand on ground.
Here we go.
She was an American girl, raised on promises. She didn't have to be that. There's a needle more way somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world with lots of faces to run to. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. I could do Tom Petty all night.
Yep.
All right, you know what? Let's get back into what we do here a little bit. Let's try and get back into firearms.
Yes, let's do it.
I don't want to spin out into the political.
I had a quick
yada.
question for you. So we were kind of tentatively maybe putting an extra auction in June. So we're going to go straight to September now.
Yeah, here's the problem of 20 plus years of doing auctions. I've tried summer auctions, and it's an odd thing. The firearm business, as you know from working at gun shops, takes a major dump in the summer.
During the summertime.
Yeah, because people are on vacation. People are worried about their air conditioning and gasoline prices, and of course you can't really go out shooting because this is Southern California and it's 104 outside. Nobody wants to go shooting.
Yeah, all our listeners in Phoenix and Las Vegas right now are going, yeah, tell us about how hot it gets.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, but the problem is Southern California. We're fair weather everything.
Exactly.
Fair weather. Dodger
I will go
fan.
out between 72 and 88 degrees and nothing else.
Yeah, any hotter than that, forget about it. Any colder than that, forget about it. So
we're a tough breed.
So that's why I've tried. I've tried a couple of times, and the attendance was about 50%. We still did pretty good on the internet, but you can't rely on the internet to do everything.
Absolutely.
So I'm just thinking that we're going to go with September.
No one has
as the
tested
next
your
one.
product more than you have.
Yeah,
Honestly.
exactly. And that's why we do it that way.
So that only leaves 2 more auctions after
for the year
after this May one. So folks, if you need to get in anything, you already heard that we're filling up September already.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you better get them in now if you want to be.
Yeah. Now, one thing I'm being bugged by the guys at the shop is what happened to 550.
Yeah.
You keep saying that. By God, when I say 550, I mean 595. 635 is my final offer.
No more than 7. Yeah.
800.
So, for 27, we're going to shoot back to see if we can't do 6 again.
Okay.
So, that, and I really don't want, everybody asks me about a 2-dayer because literally we have enough stuff for May. We could have done
easily.
a May 30th, June 1st deal because we've got a lot of stuff already in for we could have just moved that up, split down, May 30th a little bit. But here's I get tired.
Yeah, that
Right.
alone is going to be
That's a day.
a long day.
It is,
and nobody sees. To your credit, by the way, no one sees all the work that goes up to the easy walk-in, purchase the gun, walk out, and then go to the store and pick it up. They don't see that.
I say this all the time. Day of auction, as hectic and crazy as that is the easiest day of all of them.
Right.
To my point.
Yeah, because the 2 weeks after, I mean, we're closed Sunday, Monday, except we're there on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Usually.
That's how closed you are.
Yeah, we're there Sunday getting paperwork ready. And then Monday, I got all my shipping guys coming in, and they're
already on it.
Yeah, they start shipping on the Monday and getting stuff out. And, and then the stuff that you have to go through, it gets ridiculous. We've got a guy. You ready for this? A guy bought 3 firearms from a September 25 auction. Okay, what is that? 6-7 months ago, right?
Yeah.
He bought 3 22s in various conditions. We'll just say that.
High dollar buyer here.
Yeah, he spent between $70 and $100 per.
High dollar buyer.
Yeah.
You want to
He
want to
was
treat him the same.
notified several times, we need your FFL. Finally, we give up because, his grand finale was something like $310. And now he's screaming at us, "Where's my stuff?"
Did you ever send us the requisite paperwork?
Well, no, he never sent us an FFL.
That's where your stuff is?
Yeah, and so
It's not, and again, do people understand? It's not you.
No.
You got to follow the law.
But these are the kind of people that are disgruntled that will go on the various internet things,
rating sites,
and put me on there, and it's always the same. It's always guys like this.
And that's what I was going to bring up, is that on Sunday, when you're talking about doing paperwork, you're talking about invoices, making sure that you're separating the ones that are in California, the ones that are getting out of state. You're collecting FFLs and matching them up with your invoice.
And then you have the pre-98 stuff or the non-firearm stuff.
That can just go.
Yeah, and so you have to separate those from the rest of them. So we have about 6 different piles.
Yeah.
And those piles are all 2 inches thick worth of paper.
At the minimum for most of them.
Yeah,
Some of them are climbers.
There's a lot of stuff that gets in, and then you got, like I said, the guys like that. We got a guy screaming at us right now because we had to ban him from using one of our internet companies that we use to take bids because back in June of last year, he bought a $600 firearm and refused to pay for it. So you ban him because you don't want that to happen to anybody else. Yeah. And now he's screaming bloody murder at us. He's going to sue me because, we've banned him, and how dare us. And in the meantime, it's like, sir, if you would have paid your bill, you would have A, gotten your firearm, B, not gotten banned, C, not having this conversation. But this is the kind of stuff that we have to deal with.
I think this generation is the generation of the FAFO. I think that's the biggest term that's come out of this whole 20 years that has really caught on.
Well, let's get to Roy out in Santa Monica. Roy, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening, Roy.
Good evening, you guys. How you been?
Good.
Good. Good to always hear that you're keeping the happiness of guns alive without the politics. But I know you got to get into that sometime.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And one thing I want to say one thing to you to leave this, and I know everybody else will do the same. But you actually sell yourself short. The greatest politicians in the world are not politicians; they're free men, and that's what made our republic what it is. And you guys, just by fireside chatting in the light way you do, it opens up more minds than you're even thinking about. So don't sell yourself short.
Thank you.
And anyway, I was thinking about something lighter. On a lighter note, you saw fishing and boats or something, and I thought, well,
that's okay too.
Maybe you know about. I don't know if you recall, but it used to be. You used to be able to go to Santa Monica Bay and skeet shoot, and it was. I can't remember when it was, but it was like in the early 70s. There was some guy who used to run a cabin cruiser out of the Marine Del Rey with a skeet machine, and Santa Monica Yacht Harbor, and take people out there in the early to mid 70s. It was hysterical. And he stopped it just because he stopped it, but no one ever said he boo about it. And I was wondering how fun that would be to start that up again and see how the gendarmes came down on our ass.
That would be a blast, and I think it would take 30 seconds.
Roy, I'll tell you, as it happens, I have shot skeet off the back of a sailboat. And
yeah, it's a hoot.
It's a hoot, but it's different. It's tough enough to hit those little suckers
when you're on
flat ground. When that boat is moving up and down, and the launcher is moving up and down. It is hysterical.
That's right. It requires all your John Wick skills, right?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
Do you remember that movie,
Surf?
Yeah, skeet surfing. It's all right.
Yeah. What was that?
It was Val Kilmer and I can't think of the top. I want to say Top Shot, but that wasn't it. Anyway, Top Secret.
Top Secret.
Yeah.
Top Secret.
Yeah.
Hysterical. Anyway, I thought it was great because this guy he just stopped when he was booked for like 5 summers from like the late 60s.
Oh, that's fun.
And then he just said, he moved out. And so he said he just moved on.
Wow.
Came after him. I knew a sheriff and a Coast Guard. I said, no, we have a problem with it. So I wonder what that would happen now if somebody was advertising and putting that kind of out for L.A. tourism.
Well, if anybody does, sign me up because
I'll tell you what, we would make a field trip.
I would take a something that I'm not too worried about getting rusty.
No, and I'd be charcuterie plate afterwards. I'm in.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm going to Big Bear tomorrow. Maybe I can.
But they want you even swimming across Big Bear. It's just a pain half the days. But anyway.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Roy, thanks for the call.
Great
Thanks a
call.
lot, guys. Keep it up, and remember, men who learn how to endure. That's who hangs out here in this fair weather world we live in.
Thank you, sir.
correct.
Appreciate it. Take care.
God
now.
bless
We'll talk
you.
to you soon.
Wait, what a cheery bunch of calls we've had tonight.
Well, we have the best callers, I swear.
Best
It's just-
audience on radio,
yeah,
folks.
It's great. It's great. Okay, let's see. We got Sean and Covina. We'll get to you next, and then Robert and our friend Robert in Sherman
Oh,
Oaks,
cool.
and then Michael and Whittier. We're going to get to you guys, but we got to get to what do we got? About 1 minute. Well, there's the
There's
music, so
music,
there,
yep.
that answers that question.
1 brief minute.
I love this song. For a while. Okay.
Now, next note.
Well, I can get him for a while. It's when he shifts gears on me. Forget about it. Yeah. Say hello. You know, I did Roy Orbison in front of Roy Orbison.
Yeah,
I told you that
told me that story. That's
Yeah.
not too daunting at all.
Oh man, it was frightening. He's sitting there and he's got the dark glasses on, and I'm just like my teeth were
No idea
sticking
what's
to the inside
Puddle
of
of
my
sweat underneath you.
Do I want to
the
hold your
flop
hand?
sweat. That was. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we will.
I'm in cowboy garb. We'll have to do that one.
We should do that. We should do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. And now that our Paniello cowboy has figured out how to put headphones on under a cowboy hat.
Yeah. This way.
Yeah, that's
it.
what I did. I just held it there. Yep.
.com. Oh yes, I got a lot of living to do. Whole lot of loving to do. Come on, baby. Making fun it takes two. Oh yes, I got a lot of living to do. Whole lot of loving to do. And ain't no one who better to do, better know better than you. There's a moon that's big and bright in the Milky Way tonight. And the way you act, you're never gonna know it's there. Well, baby, time's a wasting. A lot of kisses I ain't been tasting. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna get 'em my share. Welcome back, everybody. Gunslingers, Elvis slingers, whatever the hell you
Yeah,
are.
baby.
All right, let's get right out to Sean in Covina. How are you, Sean?
Evening, Sean.
Greetings, three amigos. I must say I'm a little worried, a little anxious. Everyone's been bringing you up. I might be a harbinger, bringing a harbinger of bad news.
Oh no!
Greta is going to do a hostile takeover of Ruger, and they've already got 30%.
I've been hearing
Are
this.
Are they up to 30%?
Yeah. Yes, and I've had a bad vision that one day I will walk into Andy's store in Azusa, and I will ask him for 3 firearms, a 1022, a Mini 14, and a Vaquero, and I'll say, Andy, can I get a 1022? And he's going to say, no, you can't. Why? Because they've been replaced with the Desci 22.
10-22. Non c'è male, Sean.
Yes,
Piacere.
then I'm going to ask, can I get a Mini 14? And then he's going to say, no. It's going to be replaced with a Piccolo BM59.
BM59, believe it or not.
That's a pretty cool gun, in fairness.
And illegal in California.
By name.
And then I'm going to ask for a Vaquero. And then Andy's going to say, no. We no longer have the Vaquero. We have the Butera. And I said, I can only get Butera? And he's going to say, yes. But there's going to be fine words with your father there, because he loves his Vaquero. He doesn't want a Butera.
Well,
The Cavalieri, right?
Yeah,
The
there you go. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Ruger has been kind of up and down. And
Yes, they have.
Right now, they're not even making Vaqueros, is what I'm hearing. So, yeah. So I apparently they're focusing on semi-autos and not doing too much.
Those are the
with-
big ticket items.
Yeah, they're not doing a whole bunch with, single actions or even double action.
And the sad truth is, Smith & Wesson is doing okay. They've been very innovative with their metal framed, polymer framed firearms, et cetera. But this is hard to say because of the reality of it. But the simple truth is, when the good guys win, people don't panic, run out and start stocking the shelves and buying like everything on the market.
Yeah,
honestly, the classic Obama, the number one firearm salesman, right?
Yeah.
So people do relax a little bit, and so Ruger is suffering from that. They need to mind their front office, mind their portfolio.
And you know what I find interesting? They've relieved so many things from getting back on the California roster. Why aren't people doing it?
Yeah,
That's a
right.
fair
They
question.
loosened it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to do the stupid microstamping thing. They're not doing the you put one on, we take three off thing. So why aren't people putting guns? California is still the biggest market in the United States for purchasing firearms.
It's wild to think about that, and especially at the limit they limit us at this ceiling, this glass ceiling that we're trying to break through every time we're on the radio, and then the CRP is doing. But again, if they're not producing these, and we talk about these tools that stand the test of time and all, do you think that it is an issue of keeping up with the times and innovating and
Well, to be honest, and unfortunately I've said this many times, the Vaquero came about because of cowboy action shooting. And because cowboy action shooting is on the wane, I think maybe that they've decided that it would be better to spend their money to build other firearms.
Well, I got another answer for you boys. You see, Beretta is an Italian company. We've been in business 525 years. And you're kind of standing on a street corner. It would be a shame if something happened to your nice little production facility up in Prescott. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to make
forget
you an
about
offer.
it. Who do you think he was talking to over here? Sean, anything else?
Oh, yes. I want a quick fun with gun.
Go for it.
Just be quick for the other people. Okay. We're in World War I, and you have a choice between the French Lebel rifle, the tube feed, or Winchester 30-30. Mark, Jeff, and myself, we're all going to say which ones we would prefer, the Lebel or Winchester 30-30. And I'm going to start with Mark. What would you take? The Lebel or the Winchester
Okay.
30-30?
Do you know how that tubular spiral magazine worked? It's abso-freaking-lutely nuts. So you had either the 3-shot magazine or you had the spiral magazine, both of which are absolutely crazy.
The Lebel has a 8-round tube.
Yes, but that tube,
and
you couldn't.
Just try loading that thing. It's basically a single-shot rifle with a tube in reserve. Really,
That's what I'm talking about. They had to manufacture because they used a Spitzer bullet. With a tubular magazine. A Spitzer bullet has a point on it, folks.
Right.
So that meant that the point of that bullet was resting directly on the primer of the cartridge in front. So you can't do that.
Oddly, doesn't work well.
It does not. So what they did was they manufactured each round of ammunition. They have the spiral magazine, so the bullets are kind of cattywampus, so none rests directly on. And then they cut a groove into the base of each cartridge so that theoretically the spire would catch in that little tiny groove and not the primer. Sorry, not a game I'm going to play. The 94 does not have as efficient a cartridge, but I know it'll work every time.
Yeah, I'll just cut to the quick
so
and
we're
say
putting you down for the 94. How about you, Jeff?
same. Absolutely.
Okay.
Good
now
enough to
we'll
make
go
10 million versions of it.
And,
I think
you can't make that gun not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 94. So all three of us are on the 94.
I like it.
So that's a positive thing. And thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to let the other people go.
All right, Sean.
And I hope that someone gives Jeff a glass of water about this bad news.
No, thank
Sean,
you,
always a fun call, brother.
Take
God
care.
bless
Bye-bye.
you.
All right, let's jump over to Robert in Sherman Oaks. How are you, Robert?
Hey, Rob.
Hey, how are my JMJ guys?
Hey, where are you calling from tonight? You come from home?
Hey, Jimmy, I didn't call last 2 weeks. Where's your cowboy hat, man?
I
It's
wore
first time he's taken it off in 2 weeks.
Yes, right? Yeah.
He had to take a shower.
Yeah, come on.
I wore it yesterday at the Patriots
Looked
Summit.
good,
You
man.
should have been
Looked
there.
good.
It was great.
Oh, but I've been busy doing stuff. You know what, though? I'm going to say something. You guys were talking about these vaqueros.
Mm-hmm.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Vaquero.
Vaquero. Okay, okay. Finger to you. But anyways, I called Jeff the night before your last auction, and I'm like, I want to bid these. I'm a customer. You said no problem. Jimmy called me on one of them, lot number 416. The other one, he calls me on the phone. I said, I bought it. Right?
Did.
Mm-hmm.
Good move.
And then I got, 20 minutes. I said, okay, I'm on my way down there. I get the second one. I get these guns. I pick them up. These are the most incredible firearms ever.
Are they not great?
Yeah.
Solid as
These
a tank.
are super great.
Mm-hmm.
Shot what I call 45 modern loads out of them. There were, no kickback. I am so excited about these firearms that I bought from you guys.
Yeah.
As you should be.
Absolutely the best, the funnest thing, the chrome plated, whatever. One had an eagle head, one had stag grips on it. Absolutely incredible. And you guys as an auction house are incredible. I went to a competitor last weekend. You know who they might be.
No, I do. Yeah.
And I called and I said, I'm not going, but there's something I want. I called them and said, I'm a former customer. Can I do telephone bid? No, you can't. You have to show up.
Wow.
Not happy. I showed up. I won it, but I was your customer service to them. You are far superior as an auction house than these other people were.
Well,
Thanks for that.
yeah, appreciate it.
I'm just saying. I had no idea. I said I will do a phone bid. I've already been there, done that with you guys. They're like, well, no, you got to be there. I'm like, okay, I showed up. I got what I wanted, but honestly, is that you guys, the three of you guys, Jeff, your team, everyone, you guys are just incredible. And these cowboy guns, and I might show up. I'm collecting them. I might show up to be a mentor to shoot the.
Hey,
so much.
I would
fun.
like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to figure out like the rig I want to have, and I'm like, I have no idea. But you know what? I absolutely the two guns I got from you. They were reasonably priced, even though all the the extra taxes and all that other stuff.
Yes.
But Jimmy, he came through big time on that, and I appreciate you, Jimmy, for that.
Hey,
Phone call.
we're here to please. That's what we do.
Yeah, Robert, we're coming at the bottom of the hour. We got to come to a break.
Yep.
But do me a favor. Go on Yelp and give us a good review.
Absolutely.
All right.
I know that. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Are you kidding? I give you a jillion reviews. You guys,
Just one for now.
awesome.
All right. Thanks, Robert. We'll talk to you later.
God bless you,
Bye-bye.
brother.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, our phones are blowing up.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for that. You guys always find God in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
I tell you. So, Michael in Whittier, we got to take a break at the bottom of the hour, of course, because people got to hear the news and everything.
Want to give you enough time.
But we will get to you first as soon as we get back.
Man.
There's some what? Oh, a little Doors music. The Spy. All right, let's see. We got Nicole in Culver City because we love it when the ladies call.
Love it when the ladies call.
All right, and then I don't know.
You guys can keep calling in 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
And we'll be right back. Oh, dreaming of. I know the words that you long to hear. I know your deepest secret fear. I'm a spy in the house of love.
Jeff, spitballing here. We should have a Meet the Gunslingers range day. get a day out at Rahani's, some Saturday or Sunday, and just see who shows up. And just, you can shoot with us. Put out some steel plates, put out a couple of targets at the end of the berm so they can shoot a rifle at it. And just have people come out, bring what you got, and shoot with us.
I'd be okay with that. I don't know if I'd want to do it at Rahagi's. They charge by the hour. Yeah.
I'm not sure I want them to have
Yeah.
the money anyways.
But maybe Highway 39 or what? No,
That'd be great.
Highway 60. What's that?
Highway 60, Route 66.
Route 66.
That would,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's in a great location.
Ooh, we got a call from Omaha, Nebraska coming.
Love it.
If you build it.
Good to hear from Todd again. He's over there on Rumble. Good to hear from Rob. Always good to hear from him. And he's back in the States, so that's good to see.
He is a traveling man.
He surely is.
One of my favorite songs, Traveling. I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops. When Andy was just a baby, he had really bad asthma, and we were in and out of the hospital. And that was, for some reason, I'm talking, 3-week-old Andy. I'd sing that song, he'd stop crying. It was so wild. And no other song, but, I've a pretty senorita waiting for me, and he stopped crying.
Little Jimmy's song when he was about that big was "Three Little Birds."
No,
that was.
I used to make up songs for my kid.
Yeah.
My colorful boat. We washed the dishes last night.
Where
did Daddy put the keys?
The classics.
All the classics.
Yeah.
It's funny. I literally have an
That
album. I
last
should
one was a
record it
blues song,
sometime.
right?
I have an album's worth of songs, which are honestly they're pretty funny and pretty cute.
Yeah.
I'll record those.
Mark over on Rumble, but tell Jeff he has to sing now Nat King Cole's song Route 66.
Oh. Maybe the Stones version or something. Get your kicks on Route 66.
If you've never bought a gun in California, you go to buy a shotgun, a rifle, and a pistol all at once. Will it be more difficult?
No.
As long as everything's on the roster, and for the handgun, you bring a secondary ID for the proof of a permanent
And you
address.
can buy 3
At
at
this
a time.
time.
Yeah.
So yes, if you're gonna hit all 3 of those in one go, you're good to go.
Well, let me back up on that.
Starting.
As long as you do it at Gunslinger's gun shop in in Azusa,
We'll walk you through it, make it fun,
yeah,
make it easy.
we'll get you squared away for sure and for certain.
And is that compromised by the auction whatsoever? Does that compromise the auction?
It will. Anybody that buys more than 3 will have to wait because the old PPT thing.
Won't fly.
No,
And that starts the 1st of June?
no. I think it's April 1st.
Oh, it's April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy before April 1st,
Yeah. But hopefully, they can't do anything until it becomes a bill, and I'm sure they're going to try and get a stop on it right away. We'll see what happens with that. And I'll kiss you tomorrow, I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. Welcome back, everybody. Of all the songs in my band, that's still one of the ones, because most of them, 30 years later, I still can't stand to listen to. But that's one of the ones that we did every night that I still really
fun to
dig.
do.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's just
Fun
such
to
a
hear.
great tune. Such a great tune. Let's get to Michael and Whittier. Michael, what can we do for you, sir?
evening.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. Hey, before I get to my question, I just want to thank you for reminiscing about the movie Kung Pao the other week.
Love that movie.
Made me dig through the cabinet of DVDs to find it and rewatch it for my favorite line, which is after the fight with Wimplo. Wimplo declares, "I'm bleeding. That makes me the victor." So thank you.
How do you like your foot to my face technique?
Yes, foot technique. Yes, but I also pulled out. There's another movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes.
Which is kind of another. It's another one of those
pretty
kung
funny.
fu comedies. And
Yeah.
So, but thanks for making me dig through my old pile of DVDs.
No, no problem.
You're very
no problem.
welcome.
I like Kung Fu Hustle a lot too. I thought that was really clever. Anyway,
Well, my question. My question is: do you guys have any old guns that are kind of your favorites, or you enjoyed shooting that are sidelined for lack of parts? Because they're just not manufactured anymore.
Well, yeah, I do. You want to go first?
Smith & Wesson 1076. I'm a big fan of the 10 millimeter, and it's getting hard to find parts for those third-gen Smiths now.
Yeah. Now, for me, I've got a collection of these, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But the Springfield M22 or 1922, which is basically an 03 Springfield in 22, and parts
that's a neat gun.
Yeah, they're great shooters, but it's getting hard to find parts for those these days. So you got to be careful about what you shoot through it.
I bring that question up because I have my favorite pistol has been sidelined for like 5 years. It's an HK pistol, and the buffer assembly broke on it. Now, as
KSP,
like yours, the parts are getting to be unobtainium. But someone has been kind enough to generate the 3D model for that part. And others have printed it out of plastic. We're not putting it in the gun as plastic, but they've sent out the files to companies that will 3D print in metal, in stainless steel and titanium. And they say it's working for them. So I'm tempted to do it.
Heck yeah.
And see how it is, because it's not really a critical part. But do you guys foresee, in the future here, if this 3D printing becomes even better and stronger for a lot of these old guns can be resurrected, if someone takes the time to model the part?
Which model do you have?
It's an HK P9S 9mm.
P9S, yeah. I've got that in 9 and 45. They're good guns.
That's a real accurate firearm.
Yeah.
And that little buffer.
I picked up the 45 at a couple of auctions ago from you guys.
Oh, nice. Thank you kindly.
Something else to shoot.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, if you can find it, I would get it and give it a roll. And see.
Buy two in case the first one doesn't work. But yes, as printing, as computer, that's one of the reasons the state legislature, of course, wants to outlaw it. But just getting parts for obscure firearms has always been a chore. But the ability to scan something and then print it out. Think of all the old turn-of-the-century firearms that Numrich Arms doesn't even have parts for.
Yeah. Brownells.
It's a good model, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the days of going to an actual gun show where some old guy behind a table full of boxes, and
I got a box of those.
Give me a minute, and they'll pull out 20 bins, and sure enough, in some baggie, there it is.
Yeah.
Finger through those baggies.
Me too, because I used to work those. Anyway, Michael, we got a bunch of calls and a little time left. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again. Okay.
Yeah, great call.
Take care, gentlemen.
God bless you, brother.
All right, let's get to Nicole in Culver City. Hello, what can we do for you, ma'am?
Evening, Nicole.
Hi, I was just calling to let you know I was at the forum yesterday.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
And absolutely loved it, and I was lucky enough to spend a little more time with you. I spoke with you last year, and you helped me get through a situation with my father's gun. But tonight I'm calling because I want to say, Jimmy, you were a real fashion statement yesterday with that handsome cowboy hat.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gonna make me
And
blush.
Mark, with you, it was last year we talked about your band, and I told you yesterday I was going to go off topic a little bit. Because
Is this
I
the
looked
topic
up
you're
your
going
band,
off
the
of?
Plowboys, Plough, Plowboys on the internet. And you guys are rocking. You guys are having a good time. And I'm going to tell people, if you have not looked up this band and listened to Mark and his group, go out there and listen to that music. It was amazing.
Have some fun.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And not only that, but my friend that was with me, she was so impressed because I was asking you about the kilts. And it turns out her husband wore a kilt at their wedding.
Oh.
So she was impressed about that. But my favorite thing is to tell you, my compliment to the two of you is that I wish you were my neighbors. You guys are so cool, so easygoing, and such a pleasure. Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank
I look
you.
forward
Good
to
on you for
seeing
being out
at
there.
the next forum.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll talk to you again.
Okay, God bless.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
One of the reasons we like going out there is this show is exactly as it seems, and the people on this show are exactly what they seem. These are three nice guys, which is your whole architecture for this show, right? Fun with guns. We're just normal people.
Yeah, that's
that you might want as a neighbor.
Very true. And speaking of, let's get to Mark in Omaha.
Hey,
Mark, what can we do for you, sir?
Hey, hey, yeah. I wish you guys were my neighbors too, because you speak good English. No, I'm just kidding. That's the way it was in California. But yeah, I was gonna say if my budget was about $500 or $600, and it was like a little better price than retail, what kind of small, decent concealed, like, I don't know if 32 would be good enough, but like Sig Sauer or Taurus or for cheaper brands, like something that's not going to fall apart, but I don't want to spend probably over $600 and maybe even used to carry and something like that. And also, what website is the best one to look at for like state laws and which states work together with the gun laws? And
Ooh, that's a real good question. I'd go with
I'm
CRPA.
thinking about Nebraska's pretty good, but I'm even thinking about relocating out of Omaha, either to a small out in the country or going to Iowa, maybe even, because Iowa is even more free than Nebraska, I think.
Well, maybe so, but as far as your first question, either the Glock 43X or a Sig Sauer P365, you can get new for under that. The 43X is a smaller firearm, so they're not as pricey as the 17 through the 30, the bigger sized guns.
And legal out of California.
Yeah, and legal out of California. And the P365, I think new, they run like
they're about
550, maybe 500.
Jeff and I are entirely in agreement on. I don't have a 43 because I don't have that kind of access, but both of us are Sig 365 fans.
Yeah, so
there's some good stuff out there. Sig's the best.
Yeah, I that would be my first choice. But if you can't afford that one, then the Glock 43X, a little better, because the 43 is a little snappy in your hand because it's a very small single stack 9mm. But the 43X is a double stack, and so it's a little bit wider.
I'll throw in more in the Smith & Wesson M&P second gen. The little one. That's a real good gun.
Yeah. So there's three.
If I could save a couple $100 for one that's been slightly used, I mean, wouldn't it be worth it too? Because you could
especially for
build it
those ones.
Yeah.
To abuse, I can't imagine how you could abuse one of those enough to ruin it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And on your second question, I just did a quick search. If you go to RAND.org, State Firearm Law Navigator, they've got a whole entire database. I guess was collected since 2018, so it should be up to date. And if you're looking from state to state laws about firearms,
yeah, I was just thinking, like Omaha, they're even trying to codify Omaha because they have like new. They elected a new Democrat mayor. Even you probably heard. And I think they're trying to copy California and Colorado.
Liberalism is a mental illness, and illnesses spread.
And it spreads from California.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Okay, Mark, I hope that helped you out, and thanks for listening all the way out in Omaha.
Definitely, thank you.
I'll talk to you again maybe next week. Thanks.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, really quick, let's jump over to our old friend Ed in Riverside. How are you, Ed?
Hey, Ed.
I'm doing fairly well, thanks. How about you all?
Good.
Good. And, well, that last question might fit in with the question I want to ask, which is, are you familiar with the Mossberg MC1SC? It's a single stack 9mm carry pistol. I'm not sure if it's available in California, but I have read several very good reviews on it concerning its reliability, especially.
Well,
this is oh boy, this is one of those things. I know that Mossberg jumped into the market, which makes all the sense in the world, and because it's not on the roster, I only know what I read. And boy, does Mossberg know how to screw together a firearm?
No, they've been doing it since the 40s.
So I would expect that. Their handgun. I've seen the reviews. That's all we have to go on because it's not something that's readily accessible to us. So if you got one, there's other good choices out there, and I wouldn't want to discourage you. But if you got one and you took it out and you ran a couple hundred rounds through it and you called us back, you could give us the review.
There you go.
That looks like a wonderful, just design.
It's a good little compact gun.
Great compact gun. Looks great design. Looks like it fits in the hand well.
Hopefully one day the stupid roster goes into the trash, and
that's one of the ones that's in the docket.
Yeah, and all of this stuff will come back to us.
Amen. Yeah, that would be great. There are so many good things we can't get here in the People's Republic. But
I know.
I don't know if Mossberg even bothered to try to put that one on the roster. They may
point you made earlier.
Forget California.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said earlier, I don't know why. Now that they've relieved so many of the things, before you had to have the stupid microstamping thing that went away, and then it was if you put one on, we get to take 3 off, and that went away. So I don't know why more people aren't putting them on, but.
Hey, hopefully they catch wind. So
who knows? Maybe they're working on it. It does take a while to get through the California BS-ery.
Yes, right. That's a good way.
Anyway, Ed, we're coming up on a break. Always good to hear from you. We'll talk to you again.
Good
God bless you.
Thank you.
Happy Palm Sunday.
God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That was 4 calls in one.
Bing, bang, boom.
We can do it.
Yeah, we
can do 950 firearms in one afternoon.
All right, here we go. We got 1 caller over here now, 2, now 3, now 4.
Sit down. Shut up. Hold on.
That's going to be an interesting show on Sunday.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. We'll be back right after this.
Come on.
Beat boys and free my soul.
Yeah, the Mossberg looks like a really good little thing. Was it Remington? See, and I'm Remington screwed so much up before they went belly under. But you remember Remington released the Model 51 again?
Oh, yeah.
And that one was such a car crash.
The original 51 wasn't that great.
It's a neat little pistol. It's very much like everything else then.
It's reminiscent of the FN.
So it is. Yeah.
And they put anchors on them so everybody thinks they're Navy guns. The Navy never used them.
Gotcha. I think that was so they could throw them in the river off the bridge after the gangsters had done the guy behind the ear.
Yeah. And of course it came in our favorite caliber, 380.
9mm
32
on stun. Deuce Coupe, you don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I got the fastest set of wheels in town. If somebody come up to me, he don't even try. 'Cause if you had a set of wings, man, I know she would fly. She's my little Deuce Coupe. You don't know what I got. Welcome back, everybody, to our last segment.
Final segment, man.
Why does it take 4 times longer for me to drive here than it does to do the show?
Right? This feels like a much quicker ride than it is on that 10 freeway.
Or the 210.
Or both.
I was driving out from your hood, and it was a tough drive.
Yeah, well, I literally have to get 6 different freeways to get home.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The 134 to the 210 to the 57 to the 71 to the 60 to the 15.
Each one its own fresh hell.
Yeah. And, it's Sunday night, so that means that, stuff's always closed down. And, it's one bad thing after another.
Yeah. California driving.
Well, yeah. Where's RJ? Where are you? Our phones are going off again.
Uh-oh, there he goes. There he is.
Okay. I'm sure I got an idea who this phone call is.
Well, hopefully. It'll be great because we did see.
Yeah, we did see him yesterday. So.
Yeah, but we had a busy one this week. This weekend. So
it was a good weekend. A lot of people with a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really blunt right now. When you looked around in that audience, we're all old.
And we need to be reaching out, much like cowboy shooting. We compared the analogy
to
cowboy shooting. You got to do some marketing, and you got to appeal to a younger audience because Who do you think is getting murdered by the ridiculous gas prices that we have in California? It is people, young people are dying. They don't understand why gasoline is $6 and $7 a gallon.
Yeah.
Because they're all Ubering.
And, they have energy.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all the folks were yelling, we got to get out. And I do it every week. Get off your butt and vote. But, a lot of these people, I just didn't see it.
Yeah, and you got to think that, again, economically, this was a paid event and all, and who's got the money to go do these things and support the way they want to.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to, especially like you said, for the youth, where they think they're going to be making $24 an hour working at Taco Bell or at the corner store, but they're trying to fight to survive, just to put food on the table, put gas in their car. And
I can't emphasize this enough: the importance of, again, mayors, police chiefs, librarians, and schools, because at this point in time in California, you've had 12 years to be indoctrinated by a pretty ridiculous system that ranks us 48th or 49th in terms of academic outcomes. But my golly, they got 12 years to pour into the ear of their students, your children, the fact that if you're a Republican and conservative, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, taught what to think, not how to think.
Yeah, just exactly.
All right, let's get to our friend Brent in L.A. How are you, Brent?
Shalom, Brent.
One of the high points of the conference.
Yep.
Shalom, you epic town hall MAGA packing gunslingers.
What's going on, Brett?
Well, yesterday, during No Creepy, No Commie, No Devil's Jihadi Day, it was great seeing you gallant gunslingers.
Thank you, sir.
MAGA Mama in the morning, Jen of Arc's California Resurrection Day.
Yep.
There was so much security there, especially with Chad Bianco accessorizing his hip with a big, beautiful, leather-holstered .45.
Yes, sir.
We could have been in Texas or Tel Aviv.
But yeah, it was what an event, and always great people speaking, but always great to see you there, Brent. We always love it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to compliment you on that amazing hat. Buy it.
You're getting some mileage out of that.
I really am.
Power hat.
It matches everything, so what can I say?
Old Raylan Givens over here.
Good.
Oh, man.
So you had a good time?
Oh, yeah, a great time. It was really great being able to talk to you guys. And
that's always a treat.
Talk a little more relaxed, and you're great to hang out with.
And your sign made it to the stage.
Yeah, all the way up. Yeah, because they took it away from him.
Yeah, I ran into security. Somehow it's a security threat.
Well, we don't want you going after people with cardboard. So I'm sorry, this is California. Meanwhile,
it did have duct tape on it, though.
If you had gone 40 yards out to the curb, there were all kinds of people lining the curb with signs.
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking about that, but I felt safer inside.
Yeah. And my one real biggest beef. The food.
Oh, boy.
As a musician who's probably played 1,000 weddings.
Eating some chicken, have you?
I mean, it's always some kind of prepared chicken with a over-steamed veggie and
brown sauce.
Yeah. It's not a flavor. It's just a color. It's brown. Kind of like the stuff they fed me in a hospital. Go ahead.
Well, the company was wonderful, though.
Yes,
agreed. That was a lot of really nice folks. A lot of people came up to us, and that was really neat because it's always nice. Because when we sit here and we talk to each other, we're talking to each other. We forget a lot of times that there's people actually listening. And so it's always nice to have somebody come up and say, "Oh, I like your show.
Appreciate what you're doing,"
and the bumper music.
And the bumper music. That's a big hit. It always is.
Always is.
Yeah, that was funny. I noticed there were a lot of people I ran into. They heard me, and I never know anybody's listening.
Oh yeah,
right. You've got your own constituency.
Absolutely.
So a guy came over to me and said, "Is that Brent from L.A.?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh wow." I go, "Yeah, he's far more famous than anybody in here."
Absolutely. Right? More people have heard your voice than ours. I'm pretty sure.
3 of us and 1 of you.
Yeah.
Well, but I wanted to talk for California's governor.
Mm-hmm.
Chad has that whole MAGA masculine alpha cowboy kick butt thing going for him.
Yep.
But Steve's got that elite, refined British accent broadcaster thing going. And so I was wondering, does Steve's thing play better with California's confused, gender-undecided beta boys and weird woke birthing democracy? And who do you think would frighten more the Democrats and the CCP cartel and the jihadi misogyny patriarchy?
Well, you know, it's easy to say that it'll be Hilton for all of that, but the thing is they're not gonna vote for him anyway.
Yeah.
So you know,
they are running neck and neck right now.
Yeah, but you know we're still close, and my prediction when we get close to June, I have a feeling a bunch of people are going to drop, and that's going to get scary because that's probably going to leave only one person to be able to run. You know, it would be great to have them both.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, but you know, if we're lucky enough to get one because of the jungle primary crapoleum that they shoved down Arnold's throat and we got stuck with, I'm just afraid that the stupid and the dead and the
would vote for like an Eric Swalwell, who just got, by the way, the California Teacher Association's endorsement.
Big shot.
And if that's not a reason
to not
vote for somebody, honest to God.
So anyway, I would love to see the two Republicans be the top, but you know things can change on a dime here in California. And don't forget, it's whoever runs the most commercials, except for Tom Steyer. All right.
You know, I think we're a lot smarter here than we give ourselves credit for, and I think you know the 2 million Republicans who don't get off the couch. That's who we have to go after.
Let me tell you. Let me debunk that a little bit. You remember when Jay Leno used to be on the Tonight Show? Mm-hmm. You remember his bit called jaywalking?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was done here in Southern California.
Yes, it was.
Case closed.
Well, that's Hollywood.
Well, fair enough, but I mean, those people were dumber than a bag of hammers, and that's.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Come on.
Yeah, third grader. Anyway, Brent, as always, thanks, and it was good seeing you yesterday.
Great seeing you,
absolutely. God bless you.
Bye bye.
God bless you.
Take care.
So, just one last thing. NBase over there on Rumble and all brought up a little tip for maybe next week. He said, "I'd love to replay any comments you guys have on trigger techniques for beginners and competitors."
That'd be fun.
So maybe we can touch on that next week and keep that running in the mill.
What is that?
Press, don't snatch.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can elaborate on any of it. Just trigger techniques on finger place.
Actual shooting techniques.
Yes.
Okay.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, well,
on a firearms show?
Yeah, I'd go figure. I mean, we can try. It's kind of
it's going to be short, but it'll be.
It's a better shown than told.
True.
But
you know, if people there are people who don't have the experience that you have.
Yeah, we can just elaborate on it.
Being a world champion and all.
Hey, we are infotainment, if anything. So yeah, we're here to teach, and hopefully everyone learns from us being on here.
I'm not using this one because it's loaded.
I don't know how it sells over the radio until it goes kabang. Anyway.
Yeah, well, there's always that. And it won't be that loud on the radio.
Yeah, we're in the studio.
We got earmuffs on. But I feel sorry for Ryan. It'd be pretty loud in there. All right, guys, go to gunslingerauctions.com. All right. Anything you want to find out about the May auction? Everybody's starting.
Look through what you got up.
Yeah. Well, we don't have anything up yet. We're going to get it up. That didn't sound good. Ooh. We're going to get the catalog up. Thank you very much. About the end of April. Because 30 days is about where we're at. Yeah. Yeah. And you get it too soon, and then, people forget. So.
And it's a big one. So you guys, as soon as it comes out, start getting through her.
And whatever you do, don't play fair weather, leave Dodgers a seventh inning kind of thing, because there is stuff literally right to the very end that is just fan-flippin-tastic.
I mean, with this many, and as much as we've been talking about the vast collections of 1911s, of the rifles that we have come in, the snipers, all that throughout the whole entire thing, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be a killer diller auction. Well, there's the old music on the wall.
Wow. Again, fastest. Remember, we used to say, how did we ever do this show in an hour?
I don't know, because we're about to we're going to have to start doing 3 here pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's getting warm.
All right, guys. Don't forget to smile. Just little curves. That's a lot of things straight. Thank you, Leon. We'll see you guys later.
God bless you.
Adios.